Sure. Asa Collier with Crash Combat Championship. I'm speaking with Wesley Dunlap today. He's joining us from West Virginia. Is it Wesley?
Yes,
Where are
sir.
you out of?
Yes, sir. Fighting out of West Virginia, but I'm out of Alabama. That's where I'm from. So either way, both countries you can get. So
Right on, right in the same vein of country in a way. That's awesome, man. Well, let's start with tell us a little bit about yourself. Please tell us how you got into fighting.
I've been fighting professionally probably for about 15 years, and altogether for about I'd say about 20 years. Um, I started. I'll never forget it. Just as a kid, getting bullied. Things like that. And one day I got a little bit older, and I went inside of a gym. And I believe I told you this story earlier. When I went inside the gym, I think I maybe sparred once, and the teacher there was like, "I got something for you Saturday night." So I went with him a few nights later to a horse arena in Coleman, Alabama, and ended up fighting some guy that night. It's like 4-1 or 4-0 or something like that. So ever since then, I stuck to it. He threw me in before I even knew what I was doing, and I'm thankful that he did because it stuck.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's a hard way to figure things out. I'm glad you stuck
Trial
with
by
it too.
fire.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic, man. So what brings you to the sport of bare knuckle boxing?
I believe that for a lot of MMA fighters, and I do mean a lot of them, I think that we have been scratching at the surface for a sport like this to be created. Because I have always lacked in the grappling and the wrestling. I wasn't interested in it, but I also wasn't interested in boxing either because of the size of the glove. It was just when you're putting on those 4 ounce gloves for so long, putting on those 8 ounce or 10 ounces does not feel right.
Like a
Um,
pillow fight.
and with the grappling and the wrestling and the disengaging and engaging, um, I think that it was just too much for a lot of people to put together at once, especially when you're more focused on one aspect of the fight than another aspect. In bare knuckle boxing, it's one aspect, and it's not even about being technically skilled. This is about how much heart do you have, how much can you take, and how long can you stay in there. And I think me and Jacob have asked the right questions, and through those questions, we found each other. So on September 13th, we got to find out who the dog is.
Love it, Wesley. For those at home that don't know, you guys are evenly matched record wise. This will be your debut in bare knuckle boxing. And Mr. Akin has one loss. He lost to Matt Guyman in BKFC
Right.
in his debut. And that's just how new this sport is. You have guys coming over from different sports, guys coming back from boxing to bare knuckle because of the purity of the sport, and it is for tough guys. It's for guys that can take a shot and they're willing to keep fighting.
That's right. That's
Um,
right. Let the blood pour and see who's going to stay in there. I still think that we've barely scratched the surface on the fighters that we're going to see come out of other sports and make their way into bare knuckle boxing. Another thing, you're only giving a 2 minute time limit. So for fighters who are used to that 5 minute time limit, you no longer get to take that break. So it's all action, all gas. For how many rounds is it? 3 rounds?
5 rounds.
It's 5 rounds at 2 minutes apiece. So you're talking about sustained cardio and being able to pump out that volume and those combos within those 2 minutes. I mean, you're talking about action packed fights, and I don't think you get any better than that.
I agree. It's a edge of your seat type of entertainment. And that's why it's become such a huge sport so quickly. Is it's going to grab anybody. It's such a violent sport. You get right to the rawness of a boxing match when you're bare knuckles.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
Let me ask you this. I know we spoke about it a little bit before, but I really enjoyed the story, so I wanted the viewers to hear it as well. Tell us about the most uh, interesting matchup that you've seen or that you've been involved in, and where was that?
Yeah, I did have a story that I relate to you a little bit earlier, and I'm guessing you're wanting me to recap on that.
Yes, please, if you would.
Um, so it's been quite some time ago. It's had to have been at least 10 years ago now, maybe more. I don't know. I was in jail, and I had been bailed out of jail a few times by promoters to take last minute replacement fights. I guess it was a weird deal that I had worked out with myself and some promoters that, hey, I'm a little wild, so if something happens, you might have to come bail me out.
Oh, child.
Anyway,
I see
this
it now.
promoter named Russell out of Biloxi, Mississippi, contacted the jail that I was at somehow and was able to get the guards to put me on the phone. And when they put me on the phone, he told me, he said, I can get you out of jail, but you're going to have to take a fight. And I said, "Oh, okay, no problem." And it ended up that I was fighting Kurt Hollowball, and I believe it was the last fight that he had regionally before he went to the UFC. So I was bailed out of jail as a like a 2 day replacement, a late 2 day replacement for him. Um, yeah, my career's been a little wild. I definitely I think have the persona that everybody's looking for when it comes to wild, throw caution to the wind and just do what you can. We got one life here, so you got to stand up and can't be afraid of these things, and I think that's the difference between the fans and the people who are getting in there and doing it. I think everybody fantasizes about it, but I think there is a small percentage of people who are actually willing to test what God puts inside of your chest. And September 13th, I plan on testing what he put inside my chest. I know Jacob's planning on doing the same. I have absolutely nothing but respect for somebody like him. He's been around a long time. I know he's a Bellator veteran, but I honestly think you're just putting two pits in a cage and letting them go.
I'm with you there. I think that's the dynamics of these kind of matchups is um, both of you guys have a very good chance of walking away with a win. That's a fact. I think it's gonna be a fantastic fight. If it goes the distance, it's going to be a fantastic fight. Uh, well, thank you very much for joining me today, Wesley. We greatly appreciate you coming out to see us here. Thank you very much, and we'll see you at weigh-ins this weekend.
I appreciate you so much having me on that show. Like I said, also want to thank Scott Farley. I know he was uh, reluctant to work with me, but I really do want to give him a big shout out for getting me this fight. Um, Anthony Yost, you know I'm looking for you. Once I get past Jacob Akins, I'm coming to give you the beatdown of a lifetime. Please listen and understand these words very carefully. Don't ever run your mouth to a grown ass man, especially coming from a little boy like you. Scott, thank you. Asa, thank you so much. Jacob, if you tune in, I appreciate you, and I'll see you at weigh ins. And guys, this is the opportunity I've been looking for so long. I appreciate you making it happen for me.
Awesome, Wesley. Thank you, sir.
Not a problem. Have a
Take
great
care,
day.
brother. You too. Thank you.